Welcome to my channel. It's me, it's Royalty. I know it has been a while, but this is my life update video and quite a lot has happened. One, if you haven't noticed, my background is different, so we'll get to that. And you know what? Let's just get into the video. I have no notes, so this is about to be a hot mess, but we'll see. Roll the credits, the intro, the whatever. Alright, so I don't even know what you guys know, what last I've shown. I know I've shown a lot of clinical experiences, but then nothing. So I basically start with the panoramic, the panini press, the Pazzone that we went through. So around, I want to say March is when everything kind of went down in North Carolina. It was like right before everything started shutting down. My boyfriend came to visit for like 2 weeks. He's from New York, so New York was getting shut down. It was really bad. It's when it was really bad in New York. So he came down because his job was transitioning to remote. So he was like, hey, this is time for me to go places. So he decided to visit me first. So that was March. I think I was on break anyway from school. It was my last semester of school. So I was going to be graduating in that May of 2020. So we started to transition to online school. So we were on a break, but during that break, I think it was like maybe spring break, everything shut down. And they were saying, you can't go back to school, you can't go here, you can't do this, please don't leave your house if you don't have to, like all locked down. So I started transitioning to online nursing school. So I did online school, online clinicals, and all that stuff, like while that was happening. So from like the end of March till I graduated in May, it was all online. That was okay with school. It wasn't bad, you know. It was fine for me. I did great. But also during that time, we started putting in our applications for jobs. So in North Carolina, where I was at, in the Charlotte area, there's two big hospital systems. There's Atrium Health and then there's Novant Health. And they both have nurse residency programs, and you just apply to the nurse residency program, and the recruiters there will distribute your resumes based on what you wanted to do. So you ranked the area that you wanted to be in, and then they give you out your resumes. So I was able to do 2 interviews, in-person interviews, before everything shut down and all the interviews became virtual. So I interviewed on a neuro ICU, and then I interviewed on a cardiothoracic vascular step down surgical unit, intermediate, a lot of stuff. So I interviewed with those places. The neuro ICU went with someone else or some other candidates, and the cardiothoracic decided, hey, we want to give you a chance. So I went with them. I was excited at first. You know, I always wanted to be in women's health. I always wanted to be like a pediatrics. I wanted to work with the kiddies or the babies. So being in the adult world, I wasn't too excited about it. It was exciting just because it was my first professional job. Like, this is my career, but working with adults does not appeal to me at all. So I started on the job. Good morning, Okay, so it is a Friday morning. If I can remember how to vlog, oh my gosh. Okay, so it is Friday morning. It is my first day as a registered nurse. I am on orientation, which means I am with a preceptor, and my orientation, or I'll be with the preceptor for like 3 months. It's just like 14 weeks or something like that. 14 to 15. So that is where I am now. It is like 6:12 in the morning. I'm in the staff parking garage, and I hate when cars go by, because every time a car go by, the parking garage shakes. It bounces and shakes, and that freaks me out. But today's the big day. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm nervous, I'm excited. I want me to show like me. Like, I don't want to shy away or be quiet. Like, I want my passion to show. So I hope I can show that today. But I am at a downtown hospital, downtown campus. So my walk to my unit is about a half a mile walk. So at least I'll be getting my steps in. So let me go ahead and start that walk, and I will see you when I can. I might just be after my shift, but let's see. And it was okay. Very stressful, very task heavy, very heavy on your body, very stressful environment. So I was really questioning myself. Well, I don't have a lot of time, and it's been a long time since I've vlogged or documented anything, but I just wanted to document this moment just for anybody else out there who is possibly going through what I'm going through. So there is this such thing called pre-shift anxiety, and I get that. I should be off orientation like really soon, and that freaks me out, and I feel unprepared and inadequate. Like, I'm just scared, and I'm scared that what I wanted to do my whole life, like, I can't handle. I hear that people have this reaction. I have no idea if it's as intense, you know. A lot of times you feel like you're going through something alone, but you're not. I hope I get to a point pretty soon where I don't sit in the parking garage and cry before my shifts. So I really hope it gets better. And I'm documenting this, so hopefully in the future I can have another video and look back at this and just be like, it gets better. There's the open. But then I realized this isn't where you want to be anyway, so I was just looking forward to the day that I could leave, honestly. My team that I worked with were great, so I started in August, and that was awesome. So around probably like April, no, because everything shut down. It might have been like the very beginning of April. I interviewed, got offered the job. I graduated in May. I took the NCLEX in July. Panoramic panini press NCLEX. So it was different rules back then. I think it was only like 60 questions. So I passed in 60 questions. If you want me to do a video on anything that I'm talking about in depth, just comment down below and let me know. So interview videos, just let me know, like as a new grad. if you want to do a video on my NCLEX experience or really how I prepared for the NCLEX and what really helped me, let me know. And then, so I passed the NCLEX in July, and August I started working. So basically, I just started working. I traveled. In August, I went to Cancun. That was my graduation present. From like August to, let's see, when's the next thing happen? August to like January. The new year came and I was miserable at my job. Started having a lot of anxiety, digestive issues, just because I was really not where I wanted to be. And I knew it wasn't where I wanted to be. So every day going to work, I literally had to give myself a pep talk and just be like, God has a plan for you. This is where God placed you. Learn from where you are. Just take it as it is. Do this for God and not for anyone else. And that's the only thing that got me through working on that unit. So February came. I went to go visit my boyfriend, you know, Valentine's Day, whatever. Got a nose ring. It was like my start of like 2020 is gonna be things that I want to do. It's gonna be my year. So nose ring was first. For me, coming from like a Christian household and my parents with tattoos and piercings and stuff, like this was a big deal for me to do, especially while, you know, still living at home with my parents. So this it was a thing. It was a thing that I did, and I was so proud of myself. So then March, I went on a trip to Puerto Rico. My boyfriend was like, okay, so where we gonna go? Like, our last big trip was Cancun. Places are starting to open up again because this has been about a year after the whole panini press, panoramic, popsicle, post-apocalyptic thing that we went through. And so places are opening up, and Puerto Rico was like, hey, as long as you can prove that you have a negative COVID test, you could come and party with us. So we were like, okay, let's go to Puerto Rico. I was raised believing that I was Puerto Rican, so like going to Puerto Rico was awesome. Like an awesome experience. I felt so close to my grandma, like I legit cried. So Puerto Rico was a big trip. We got there, we were having fun, and then one night I was just walking and I felt like the night felt different. It just really felt different. And me and my boyfriend, we went to a restaurant to get a table, and the wait was going to be like an hour to an hour and a half. Like, it was going to be a wait. So we were like, okay, well, let's walk to the beach. kind of that whole night I had been more so quiet and to myself because something just felt different. When we went to the hotel, I feel like we walked down some steps or something and it smelled like just like my grandma's house, and it just really felt like she was there with me and like I was getting really close to her. I don't know, like close to my roots or whatever. So I was just like very pensive and kind of sullen. And so we walked to like a little private beach area, and it was just so beautiful. And I started like crying, and my boyfriend was like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? And I was just like, I'm sorry, you know, this reminded me a lot of my grandma. So he just like held me a lot. And then he got on one knee, and I was like, what is going on? He got on one knee, pulled out a little black box, you know, said his little speech, his little spiel, beautiful, and popped out this. So I am engaged now, so my boyfriend is my fiance, so that's a big thing. And we were like, okay, we were thinking plans and stuff because he's still in New York, and I'm like, well, how are we gonna end this long distance? So we have been thinking about Maryland for a while, like the DMV area for a while. So we decided the DMV area is where we want it to be. So I took it, like having the ring and having more so of a commitment. So it's not moving for boyfriend or even moving for fiance. I always wanted to leave North Carolina. I didn't really know where I wanted to go, but I just knew North Carolina wasn't for me. But I am a type of person that isn't very fond of any location, but that's just me. But so I was like, okay, so I took that opportunity in March. You know what? I was like, I'ma just throw some applications out there in the Maryland, DC area. I didn't do Virginia, but the Maryland, DC area. So I was like, I'm only going to apply for units that I want to be on. And when there is a spot, a place that wants me, because someone will want me. There's too many hospitals in the DMV area for someone not to want me. So I put out applications for labor delivery. I put out applications for mother baby. I put out applications for the NICU. And, you know, for a little while I wasn't hearing anything. Then I started hearing back. I heard back from one hospital. The recruiter said that their NICU wanted someone with experience, but would I be interested in Med-Surg? And I was like, oh, heck no. I did Med-Surg, don't want to go back to Med-Surg. Or, I don't know, I guess my unit could kind of be a specialty. It was like more so like a cardiac, telemetry, surgical floor. So, but nah, I consider it Med-Surg. So I called her, the recruiter, and I asked, I was like, hey, like, I really want to be in women's services. I was like, is there any opening anywhere, like labor delivery, mother baby, in any other unit? I really don't want to do Med-Surg. Med-Surg is not for me. And she was like, hey, you know what? I believe there is an opening in mother baby.
Let me get a little bit of this footage while it's fresh, because hopefully I can put this in a video. And I have my first interview for a hospital in Maryland, and it's on the mother baby unit. So it's the screening interview. So I had to make it past the first one, and then the nurse manager on the unit itself would still have to interview me, and maybe even a peer interview. So we'll see. But hopefully I can add this to the video. But we made it! Look at us, mama, we made it! And then I have some other news for you too.
We did our phone interview, and she said, I think you'll be a great candidate. So I did a virtual interview with the unit, got that job. Then I was like, yeah, I got it. I got offered the position, and I jumped on it. Please do not jump on the first offer that you get. I made that mistake with coming out of nursing school. The cardiothoracic was the first offer I got. I was terrified that I wasn't going to get in anywhere else. I took it, hated it. Please don't take the first job offer that you get. At least don't jump on it the second that they offer it to you. Just give a little time and see if anything else comes in. So the mother baby offered me the job, the position. I was like, ooh, I'm liking this. I could probably find a place close. It was night shift, that's what I was used to. They had really good shift differentials, and I was like, all right, this could be nice. So I accepted their job offer. Then I heard back from another hospital for labor and delivery, and I was like, oh, this is a dream come true. And it was affiliated with Johns Hopkins. I was like, do you know how good that would look on a resume? So I went to the unit because I took a trip up here to look for places because I got in a job, so it was like I needed a place to stay. While I was up here, I got to go to the hospital on the unit. I got to shuttle for a little bit. I got to see my first live birth, which I'm so happy about. Not really traumatized, amazed. Our bodies are amazing. Women, we can do anything. We could push out a human being from down there. We can do anything. So I did that. We did the interview. Me and the nurse manager, we really clicked, and it was really, really good. She told me take some time and after this experience and reevaluate and make sure this is what you want. Because if it is, like, we would love to have you, but we want to make sure that this is what you want after you've seen it. After I've seen it and I just really thought about it, I realized that labor and delivery isn't what I want to do just yet. I would love to eventually go into it, but I just feel like I need some more life experience a little bit. I mean, I know experience comes while you're on a job, but I just felt like where I was in life, I just wasn't ready. So I let her know that, and she was like, well, thank you for being honest and vulnerable with me, but you know, whenever you're ready, if we have a position, like, please get a hold of me. And I was like, hee hee. So I would have got that job too. And then God, I got another interview for a NICU, and this one has to be a whole different video, because I know that I'm rambling. So this is a different video coming up, but I got an interview in the NICU and I got offered the job, so I will be starting at the NICU there. So I have moved, hence the new background. This might not be the same background for every video because I'll probably be moving around, just finding like a better place. And I'm actually hiding like junk in the corner right now because I'm still moving in. I moved in a little bit over a week ago, so I'm gonna say I've been here like a week and a half now, and it's really nice. So that is my update. So I will be trying to bring more videos to you guys. I won't be promising that I will be more active and I'll have this video and that video, because you just never really know what life brings. But promise you guys that I'll do my best. And I hope you stay around for it. So one video that I know I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna take that run right now while it's fresh on my mind, is how I got into the NICU. That's story time. And then if you want to see interview tips for women's services interview tips, so trying to get into mother baby, labor delivery, NICU, comment down below. If you want just general like new grad interview tips, comment down below. If you want a video on how what I use to study for the NCLEX, let me know. If there's any other video or questions that's been brought up with this update that you're curious about, comment down below, let me know, and I will do my best to make a video for you. But for now, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's probably long, so I'm sorry about that, and I rambled, but I think I did pretty good. We'll see. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am a nurse. I'm a registered RN. I will have been an RN for a whole year. So you can apply for other jobs even if you don't have that full year of experience. Granted, moving to another state really did help out with that too. It is very doable. So comment some stuff down below, like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.